Hi everyone! So in this video I'm going to be showing you how to make giardiniera. In Italian, giardiniera means from the garden, and it's basically an Italian condiment that our parents like to put on practically everything. Italian giardiniera is probably most famous as an antipasta side dish served with Italian beef sandwiches and Chicago style hot dogs. And in just a moment I will show you step by step how we make our Italian grandma's giardiniera and how we can make this authentic antipasta salad. And at the end of the video, I will tell you a little bit about these adorable Nigerian dwarf bucklings that are available for rehoming.
Thank you so much for being here. The Vineyard Chicks include me, DIY Trey, Bunky, our little gardener, and Professor KK. And now back to the video.
The ingredients vary based on what you have in abundance of in the garden and how spicy you like it. Sometimes we make a single batch as a side with Italian sausage or hot dogs. But we're going to be canning this so we can enjoy this in the winter months too. And for this recipe, you're only going to need cauliflower, chili pepper, serrano peppers, jalapenos, carrots, celery, salt, and water. And you're also going to need a container to hold all these vegetables in for the first step. Don't forget the type of peppers determines the heat. Bunky and I prefer it with bell peppers and these Italian frying peppers, and sometimes we include eggplant or zucchini. So the first part of this recipe is to let it sit in brine for 24 hours. Now you can do 12 hours, but this is really just a preference for us because it really lets the vegetables soak up that salt. The second step is when we put in the other ingredients in the oil, but I'll get back to that in 24 hours when this is finished. This is a 6-quart container we have that we're just going to put all our vegetables in. This is our diced cauliflower. This is our jalapenos. Carrots. Serrano peppers, chili peppers, celery, and now we're just going to put our salt in. Look how pretty that looks. And then we're just going to cover it so that all of it's submerged in the water. And the salt in the water becomes the brine. And now we're just going to stir it. Try to get the salt to combine with the water a little bit. So now we're just going to let this sit in the fridge for 24 hours. So it's been 24 hours, and the first thing we're going to do is drain and rinse our vegetables from in the brine. And we have the oven going, and our pint jars are sterilizing, and our lids and rings are in that pot sterilizing as well. So what we're doing is we're rinsing the salt away from this. Okay, so I have drained and rinsed the salt off the vegetables, and that looks really good. And now we're going to add our chopped olives. and just stir it. And before I forget, we made zucchini pineapple the other day, and we did it because we have a lot of zucchini coming out of the garden right now, and we didn't know what to do with it. So we were watching Page Family Homestead, Our Journey Back, and she had this recipe for zucchini pineapple, and we tried it out, and it was really good. It tastes and smells like pineapple, but it's really zucchini, so we enjoyed making it. And if you want to check out that video, check out Page Family Homestead. We made 9 pints of that, and we're going to be using it for a lot. For the Jardiniere, what you need to do next is heat up your liquids, and we have 4 cups of olive oil, 3 cups of vinegar, and 1 cup of water. Red pepper flakes, black pepper, garlic, celery seeds, and oregano. You can also use canola oil instead of olive oil, but we prefer the taste of olive oil, so we decided to use that instead. And most traditional Chicago Style Giardinieras use only water, but we like using vinegar, so we compromised and used 3 cups of vinegar and 1 cup of water. So we're just going to let this boil, and when it boils, we're going to add our vegetables. Stir on the stove. And when that boils, I'll bring you back. Okay, so the canner is ready, and the liquid for the Jardiniere is done boiling. And now what we're going to do is we're going to fill our jars with the vegetables, and then put the liquid in over it, leaving a 1/2 inch headspace. I'll bring you back when I have most of them done, and I'll show you how I do it on the last one. Okay, so sorry, I forgot to record while I was doing most of them because I'm kind of in a hurry. I don't want these to get cold. But basically, I filled the jars with the vegetables like this, and then I poured the liquid over it, so like with a 1/2 inch headspace, so it looks like this. I wiped the rim with vinegar, and then I put the lid on. And now I'm just going to seal the lid to be finger tight. You don't want it to be too tight, otherwise the lid is going to buckle. And put that in the pot. And with this last one, I didn't have enough liquid, so I'm just going to make a little bit of this, and this will be the one that we use first. I'm going to process this for 15 minutes. And I'll bring you back when 15 minutes are up. Okay, so it's been 15 minutes, and we can take the jars out of the water bath canner now, and we're going to let it sit on the counter for 24 hours on a towel. You can't let it be on the bare counter. And when you hear a popping noise, that's the seal working, and that's when you're ready to put it away. But we need to let that sit for about 24 hours before that happens. And when you take the jars out of the canner, do not tip the water off of the ball jar. Okay, now we just let it sit. This is the finished Jardiniera, and it's a really easy recipe, and I hope you guys make it. It's a condiment that a lot of people in Chicago like. This is the Chicago Style Giardiniera, and it really was very easy to do.
Hey, you. Just finishing up morning chores here. These are our newest baby goats, but we're not going to be able to keep those two because the boy pen is full with Rocco, Thorin, and Pecan.